Hi everyone, I am back with part two of my Halloween doubleheader, and this playing with me is with Rose Gold Paper Co. And this kit is also kind of a romantic, haunted Halloween, very lace, roses, silver foil. The washi's really pretty here, and so are the like kind of half boxes. Love these frames again. So yeah, let's get into it. So in my first part, I did some Halloween Q&A. I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and ones that are less like. I feel like the first half was pretty creepy. So, yeah. Uh, you're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? I'm gonna say I'm probably the comic relief. I'm the one that's like, guys, we're gonna die unless unless we, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm the comic relief or the smart one. Um, like, let's not split up. Let's stay together. Let's, hunker down until morning and then find a way to escape. That kind of thing. So I feel like, or I'm just cracking jokes because I'm like, this is a pretty hopeless situation and we all need to just laugh a little. But yeah. Do you have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie so you can go to sleep? I think I have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie as like a palate cleanser. And truly, I have to do this pretty much with all movies. Because I don't know, I feel like when I watch a movie, there's a lot of like intensity. Like you've been watching something, you've gotten really invested in it over the last like hour and a half, 2 hours. And so you're feeling like, I don't know. For me, there's always like a lot of like heavy emotional. So I have to watch something really light as like a palate cleanser. So usually when I watch a movie, I have to put on like half an hour of something really funny to kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, just like clear all of the heavy stuff from the movie. But for sure, after a horror movie, I definitely have to watch something funny. It's really not about going to sleep. It's more just about like, oh, that movie was really intense. I want to like shake it off a little. So maybe it is about going to sleep. I don't know. I just don't have that distinct thought process of like, I need to watch something happy so I can go to sleep. It's like I always just watch a palate cleanser after a movie. So like I'll put on like Parks and Rec, which is really funny and light. Um, Favorite scary book? I'd say Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So that was a book that I actually read, and I think it's a series of books actually. That was a book that I read as a kid that really should not be available to children. It is very scary. I look back on it now and I'm like, what? How did I not get like freaked out by this? Like, so that was really scary. Another book I really loved, but actually gave me nightmares. There was a so this may have been a precursor to my interest in true crime, but I read this book about the Lizzie Borden murders when I was in like fifth or sixth grade, and I don't know what happened. I guess I just like started imagining it. There were photographs and stuff in there too. Definitely not age appropriate at all. But, when I was a kid, you could not hold me back from reading stuff. I read everything. So I got so scared of the book, I just straight up threw it behind my dresser. And it stayed there for a while until the library was like, hey, where's this book at? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. And then I remembered that I had thrown it. Like I was reading it one night when I wasn't supposed to be reading after bedtime. And yeah, I got so scared, I literally threw it. So I had to go digging behind the dresser to pick it up and take it back to the library. But I really liked that book. It scared the bejesus out of me. I don't know why. Because these days, again, I like listen to true crime and I don't feel like I have nightmares. But when I was a kid, thinking about like, oh my God, all these people got murdered in the house with this hatchet and she got away with it. And like, it just freaked me out so much that I got scared. But yeah. What was your first Halloween costume? I really gotta say, I think it was Wonder Woman. It was one of those costumes where it's like the full outfit and you zip it up in the back. And I'm pretty sure it was Wonder Woman. And it had like a little crown. Like she has a little headband crown thing. So it was Wonder Woman. Um Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick or treating? So it's funny because I don't feel like I did proper trick or treating as a kid. I grew up in New York, which is not the safest city. I'll just, I grew up in Brooklyn. Like, I think my parents were doing the right thing by not taking us out to trick or treat. Also, we lived in an apartment building, so like, we're not really going. I mean, how are we going to go trick or treating except to other apartments? So, what they would do, to my recollection, is we had a friend downstairs named Tony who had kids. I think he had like two boys and a girl, something like that. He had kids that were sort of similar to our age. I feel like they used to give us candy. My mother would also drive us around to a few relatives and they would give us candy. So instead of doing proper, like, we're walking down the street and trick or treating, we would go to relatives and that would be our trick or treating. The relatives, candy, and like Halloween offerings were generally hit or miss, I'm going to say. We had a relative who would always give us pennies. And I was like, this is neither candy nor that much money. So what on earth is this? You it's just, I think about it now, and that was such an ungrateful message as a kid. But I remember just being like, I don't want this. Like, I would rather have a toy or something. Anyway, so I think right now I would rather go to a Halloween party with friends, and like maybe sit around and play some like fun, scary board games. But I don't think I really want to go trick or treating. I don't know. I feel like if I went trick or treating, for example, with my niece, who's like about to be 2, her costume this year is Max from Where the Wild Things Are. I would go trick or treating with her because I feel like we would go door to door and they would be like, "Oh my gosh, so cute!" And I could also dress up as something themed. So if I got to trick or treat with like a kid I know, I think that could be fun. I actually think that might be more fun than a Halloween party. So like going trick or treating with the kid and it being their first time, or like, kids really like trick or treating and think it's fun. So like I would like to go with them and just be like, oh, they're having such a good time and having fun. That would probably be more fun for me than a Halloween party, I think. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? I mean, is it too obvious to be like a literal gun because that's how you kill zombies? So if I can't have one of those, which seems like a very foolproof way to go with zombies, I think I'd like to have like, oh my God, what is it called? Maybe it's a tire iron, or not a wrench. Maybe it's a wrench. Not a wrench. It's like a stick, like a crowbar. Crowbar. There we go. I don't know if any of you all play video games. I used to play this video game called Left 4 Dead, and it was one of my favorite video games because they actually had a black lady as a video game character, which is amazing, and she was my Minecraft skin for a long time. Oh boy, I'm exposing myself, my gamer tendencies. But she had a crowbar in the game, and Left 4 Dead is a game about basically fighting zombies in a zombie apocalypse. And so, I think a crowbar would be great. That's so Half-Life, but you can like bash people in the head, which is what you kind of need to do with zombies. Obviously, again, the first choice is a gun and a lot of ammo because you're making it out, I think, a little more than. It also, I think, depends on what kind of zombies they are. So is it like the I Am Legend zombies where like I might be messing this up, but I feel like they got more like excited about movement. And so, if you were moving around, then they were like, oh my God, we're going to swarm you. Or is it the like Walking Dead zombies where you can pretty much fool them if you like smear yourself with like dead person stuff and just move really slowly? Because in that case, I feel like the best offense is a defense, depending on, In Left 4 Dead, the zombies are like speed run, like rage virus zombies. So you're really not evading them at any like there's no evasive tactics, so you have to go on the offense. But I've spent way too much time talking about this. Anyway, what am I going to be for Halloween this year? This year, I have 2 costumes, which is funny because I am neither going to a Halloween party nor trick-or-treating. I'm literally just going to my work's like Halloween extravaganza. and I work remotely, so this is doubly funny. But my first costume is, there's this movie called Casa de Papel, or Money Heist. Money Heist is the English title. Casa de Papel is the Spanish title, and it's about these people who are thieves. And I have the, like, they wear these face masks that look kind of like the anonymous face masks. If y'all remember V for Vendetta, it's kind of like that, except it's more like a Picasso painting, but it's got a similar vibe to me. And then they all have these jumpsuits that have the city that they were born in on the back. So I have a red jumpsuit with Brooklyn on the back and the mask. My second costume is a Star Trek crew member from Star Trek TNG, The Next Generation. And I lost my transponder. So the transponder that came with the costume had like a weird clasp. And the first time I wore it, I lost it. So I have to remake it from something. I think I'm probably going to get some cardboard and like spray paint it the colors. But that's my second costume. Truly, I think I should probably decide which one I want to be of these and just pick one instead of going as both of them. But also, like, whatever, I do what I want. So I'm going to go as both. The place I was working during the pandemic, my boss was amazing during Halloween, like remote Halloween. He had these costumes that work basically from the waist up. And so during these team meetings, he would basically cycle through the costumes. Like, I would look down and look up and he'd be wearing a different costume, and it was so funny. He wouldn't even turn his camera off. I literally think he would like lean out of frame for a second and like change his costume and just like not say anything. It was so funny, and the costumes are really good. Like, I think he had a Mr. Peanut one, so he had the like what is it called, the monocle and the hat, and it was just so funny. So I feel like remote Halloween can still be good for work. It can still be fun, and I'm hoping to make it fun with my team. So maybe I'll keep those two costumes, just cycle between them. So I am coming to the end of this spread. Thank you all for indulging me in my Halloween Q&A, and I hope y'all like the spread. Follow me on Instagram for the tags. Have a safe and happy Halloween tomorrow, and I will see you next time. Bye!